Yeah, you already know. Easy A in the house. You know, I want to thank my Heavenly Father, archangels, ancestors, all the other angels, all the extended ancestors, for all and all dimensions, timelines, portals, from beginning to the end, the infinite, side by side, all at once. Oh, beautiful night in New York City. A little lively, but you know, not in where I'm at the moment, but you hear it in the area. Um, I heard there is, rumors going around. Not even rumors, talks going around about everybody know about the inheritance, about my inheritance. Yeah, we know. You already know who I work with, so yeah, we know. Brother trying to be funny. I said mother. I said family. I said sisters. And, it was a blow. I'm gonna keep it real. It was a hell of a blow. My children's mother. You know, another one that came after that. You know, I seen who she was, but she didn't see who I was. And, sorry but not sorry. That wasn't my job to remember who I was. That was your job. I remembered who you was. We didn't know each other, but I knew who you was. I couldn't explain it. That's why I went as far as I went. But you didn't want to compensate. So now you in the world of shit. You know. I'm enjoying my summer. All my projects is about to start going into fruition. And y'all can't do nothing about it. I know a lot of y'all pissed off because y'all spent a lot of money. Y'all collected a lot of money. But whose fault is that? Like, I've always said I might be of here, but I'm not from here. And I wasn't talking about, island mass or whatever. I knew something just fell off. Or something is wrong in the timeline that I'm living in, or was living in. Something was terribly wrong. Oh, but as y'all know, I'm free. Chosen. I'm going, not even just the chosen, it's collective. I'm going to be dropping some stuff. Some real heavy stuff. Like, for instance, we all have fear. Fear of something. Fear of something that we ain't doing. Fear of something we want to do. Fear of individuals and whatever your fear is. Fear is really an illusion. The reason why fear is an illusion is because, it's the unknown. It's the what if. But everything in your life has been a what if. Everything you have learned throughout your process of life was something that you didn't know, something that was brought to your attention, something that you looked into, and something that you got familiar with. Some things lasted for a long time. Some things changed with new information. You all have gone through it. You all have all experienced it. Every job you had, if you had multiple different jobs, different professions, like a painter or a carpenter or, a bricklayer or a pipe, engineer. If you did multiple joints, different, and I was just saying everything in construction, but if you did, like, say, food handler, cook, porter, fast food delivery, like those are all different jobs, and you didn't know it until you started performing. You made mistakes, just like we did with everything. For order you to learn, you have to make mistakes. All right, for order you to grow, you have to step into the unknown and experience stuff that every blow it up. Everything that you experienced, a lot of us, is because that's what we wanted. Knowingly a lot. Right? Some of it was projection, but the things that we decided to look into might have not been right for us. And some of us might be still caught up in those things, because none of us is perfect. But there's a way out. First thing is knowing what needs to be known. Okay, this is hindering me. This is blocking me. This is changing me, or doing something that what you call I'm really not trying to sit in or experience. Just like how you trained yourself to get involved in it, you gotta train yourself to get out of it. And it's easy, but we make things complicated. And then also our body fights us. Anything that you make habit, do it consecutively, become a habit. Anything you do consecutively becomes a habit. So the only thing you have to do is change the habit, and not change the habit into something else that, just as worse, or maybe even harder. You can't say worse, like harder. Like, why would you do that? If anything, my advice will put it into something that will grow, something that will prosper, something that will take you where you actually say you want to be. There's going to be a lot of, how you say, naysayers. There's going to be a lot of oppressors. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm outside, and I'm not scared, but I'm always aware of my surroundings. When something come into my field or my peripheral visual, I'm looking to see who it is before they even see me. So just know that. All right. There's a lot. There's so much. But the main part was I got out. We know about the inheritance. We know that y'all talking about it. We know that y'all all waiting in suspense for, what we all deserve. And that's the energy that we put out. Understand that's what y'all experiencing. If you don't know what you're experiencing, and if you ain't putting that energy out, what you call that wicked energy or any type, know that what you call you're being oppressed, knowing that God is with you, what you call don't lose faith. Start searching into spiritualism. Start searching, what's going on, J.O.? What you call into science, into astrology, into metaphysics, philosophy. and start reading the Bible. I know it's a story, and take it as a story, but also take it as a truth. It's a story told by our ancestors about how God does for His people. I know we all have it in our head that what you call that Israel is His people. You know that the Jews are His people, but we all are His people. And through Christ, He said, if you call, anybody that follow me, you're a part of my branch. You'll be pulled into the cove. You'll be pulled into the vine. Be part of the vine, His vineyard, His true believers, His true followers, His true understanders, His true prophets, the ones that speak truth, the ones that's not going to be afraid to, help correct us. Not just what you call, because, I also need correction. We all need correction. That's why we experience it. Earth is a big school. You think, your little school, college, or, no, this is the real school. This is the real school. That other school, yes, it gave you knowledge, it gave you know-how, it gave you education, but it also programmed you, it also robbed you, it also did a whole lot of other stuff that, y'all might not want to admit to yourself. A lot of people got, real expensive education and don't have the jobs to show for it. A lot of people are still in debt from college, tuitions and loans and all that crazy stuff. Right? And that same knowledge you could damn near get for free. Education is all around us. You could buy any book. You could go search any website. You could learn what you call to do anything, especially in the age of information that we have. Stuff that you want to learn from across the world that ain't used over here. You can learn it through, your technology. Right? We all have the ability to know right from wrong. We all have an intuition. We all have a third eye, if it's open or not. But it can be open when you put it into use. Nobody could take from you unless you allow it to be taken from you. Knowingly or unknowingly. But once you know that something is being taken forcefully or, without your knowledge, you're supposed to take control. Take control. Let whatever it is know that you're not here to stand for that. That is unjust, and you're gonna fight. You're not gonna just, accept it. And the ones that's being oppressed, that's being truly oppressed, believe me, I know how hard it is. I know the different nights of crying, the different of pleading for understanding. Why this happened, why that happened, why everybody else is look without effort doing stuff that you supposed to been doing or that you know more than them. Not saying that you know more than them, but if you know what you know, it shouldn't, nothing should be stopping you. And for everything to always collapse or to not work out in your favor, and you one of the most generous, the most helpful, the most loving, the most caring, the most tapped in. Like, for real. Walking past and an expression on the face or a vibe tell you that you call something is wrong. And you stop and, you speak. And it end up being something serious. But yet, with your compassion and your time and your ear, and hopefully with the Holy Spirit giving you true wisdom, not just you talking out your neck. And if you can't, you direct them into somebody that can. I can do that for you. God bless him. Work on him, my Lord. Break that whatever is on him. Heal him. I don't see where he deserves that. But I breathe life into the world, into the dimensions, into the all in all. Everything that has its job. Let's do it into perfection. In humanity, we the only ones that ain't doing our job to perfection. Everybody else, all animals, all other things, is doing what they need to do. They experience, all animals have their job and they do their job to the fullest. And don't want for nothing. So why are we making it hard on ourselves when the only thing we have to do is be our true selves? Our true divine selves, because your true self, your other true self, because you have two true selves. For real, you have that part in you that, if it was, it don't even have to be cultivated. That's the crazy part. Because mine is not cultivated at all. But mine is mad, mine is mad. Like, for real, like, you know how they say it's two sides of a coin? My light side, how bright that shine, however I feel like it's shining. Just know that other side is the exact polar opposite. And I mean polar opposite of that. So when my sword swings, it swings for real. It's not being pulled back. It's not being held. It's not gonna be a light blow. No, it's finished. So that's why I hold my sword back so long, because I value your life. I value your role, your true role. Even if I don't know what your role is, because you're not just here for yourself. You're not just here for your so-called family. You're here for the ones around you. You're here for the ones that's in the future that you might not even meet. Yo, I fell back watching the last Mission Impossible 8. When, Tom Cruise and Vin Rames was talking to each other when he was, doing the bomb or whatever. The organization that they, the mission, the MI6, the Mission Impossible joint, one of their codes or, they slogans is for the ones that we hold close and for the ones that we will never meet. Yo, that statement grabbed me so hard. And I hope it grabbed y'all hard. But y'all gotta see it not just for as a movie, but for what truth was in that statement. For the ones we hold close and for the ones we will never meet. That's your seeds, generations. That's other people's seeds, generations. If one of us, and I just want y'all to think of it, if one of us just wanted to destroy the world and could, where were your ones we hold close and the ones that we do whatever we do for in the future? Because that's what we do, no matter if we know it or not. Remember, the people before us did certain things that got us to the certain timeline, and we are doing the same thing. But we just out here living. We not understanding that we creating. We create our environment. We create how our planet turns out. We create war. Did you hear that? We create war. War don't create us. We create war. And for what? Not for protection. But that's the guise of it. Right? Our government's got, official papers in the 3D, if you want to call them official, of eliminating people, population control. That's what war is. That's what cancer is. That's what AIDS is. That's every sickness that's in the book. That's what you call it. That's manufactured through the food that we eat in abundance, that cause these different things. And then we jump on a medication that's supposedly so-called help, that do other things, damage other things that need other medications to it. It's a crazy business. It's a demonic business. And the reason why I say it is a demonic business, because it's a business of slaughtering innocents under the guise of a franchise, of feeding people or providing a product. Any product that's actually killing people and destroying people in any type of way is demonic. And anything could be demonic. That's the crazy part. Anything used in the wrong way is demonic. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate. But bring it. I eat it up. I eat it up like the spells y'all sent. For real. The way I eat, I should be, I should be bigger than this bench. I should be bigger than these buildings. And I'm still throwing challenges out. Where y'all badasses at? Where y'all niggas that y'all know y'all craft? And time tested. Where you at? Why am I still here? You know why I'm still here. But I'm gonna let everybody else know that. Because favored. Highly favored. Because I live truth. I live my mistakes. I'm easily admit to my faults. Easily, effortlessly. And willing to change it. And if I did something wrong, willing to apologize for it. Truthfully. Not just saying it, but wholeheartedly with all my being. Because, I know it was wrong. It might have been right at the time. But who has the right to do anything that they ain't, Like I said, I take accountability. I could, for everything I ever did in my life. If I did it, I could say, I did it. Can y'all do the same? And that's another reason why God forgives me. Because I'm truthful to myself. I don't lie to myself. I don't hide from me. If anything, I change who I don't like, the parts that I don't like. And that's what we supposed to be doing. Right? Like I said, I'm not perfect. Not perfect, far from it. If I was perfect, I wouldn't be here. I'd be closer to my heavenly Father than what I am now. And that will happen too when I leave this show. You know? But I know for the timeline that we in and the awakening that I'm speaking out my mouth, it's going to touch who it needs to touch. It's going to make them curious and search what they need to search. Get away from everybody at times. Take a day. Go for a nature walk. Or, close yourself in the house by yourself where nobody, go somewhere where nobody could bother you. And just get quiet. Relax. Drink some tea. Breathe some air. Search your thoughts. Travel in your mind. And get anxious, Alright, thank God. Enjoy your night. I know it could get lonely. I know a lot of people don't like being by themselves or can't even be by themselves. But when you get quiet time, everybody sleep or everybody in their own little corner minding their business and not bothering you. Close your eyes. Breathe. Do that for about 5 minutes. See how you feel. While you doing that, your brain gonna wander. You're gonna think about a lot of different things. A lot of things is going to take you away from you concentrating on your breathing. You're not going to be able to help it, but catch yourself. Stand, try to be be in third person mode, standing from behind yourself or standing from on top of yourself. And watch that situation from those point of views. Replay it. Then ask yourself, why did you think of that? And then let it go. And start all over again. The more you do that, the better off you be. The more aligned you will become. The more resistant to what's going on around you. You won't allow other people vibes and interactions fuck with your emotions in any way, with your mental in any way. It's all a distraction. It's all to feed feed off of your energy, your wound. They want you to bleed out energy. That's what your traumas is doing, especially if you don't heal. When you get injured by something, the best thing to do is to heal, patch them up, and heal. And if it's just a patch, the patch is sooner or later is gonna bust open, and you're gonna bleed again. Or somebody is gonna come along and reopen that wound because the wound is not healed. Right? And all trauma is wounds, is openings for people to poke at. That's another reason why this privacy, this no privacy thing, that we experiencing or that we evolutionalize into in this timeline at least, but we could change it if we don't want it. Right? It's a collective, the collective rule. Your leaders can't even stop you. If all of us stand tall, if all of us join hands, and I'm not just talking about hands, but I'm talking about join hands in a cause, work towards the same cause, crying out the same thing, and really standing on it, not just crying on it, but what you call putting action to it. What can the leader do but do what needs to be done? Or be removed. There is no one leader. We are all collectively the leader, or the creator. We the whole planet is against war, truly against war. There won't be no more war. If the world truly wanted to stop hunger, there will be no hunger. If the world truly wanted shelter for everybody, everybody will have shelter. So let's start creating together. You could create your own, but at the same time, create in unison. If you create in divine, if you you create in love, no matter how you creating it, because anything that's divine or have love in it is pure, it's unscathed, it's untainted, there's no malice, there's no, it can only be growth from it. It can only be nourishment. It can only be fulfillment. Right? Right? I'm not a great prayer. I don't pray much, which I'm working on that. But when I do pray, it's because it's serious and it's not what you call for help, which it is for help, but not for help. But it's me talking. It's not me running to the scripture, which you call that is a must because there's some powerful prayers in there. And if you don't know, those prayers are spells, but they divine spells. to break your strongholds, your principalities, and align you and give you exact truth knowledge on how to live. It is truly a guide, a map book on how to live, the virtues, you know, the pureness, the ethical, moral standards. That's what it is. Alright. But I speak from the heart. I speak this with my soul. I speak when I do get into, Lord, I need, what's going on? Why this? Why that? How come? Like, where do I fail at? Where nobody else is feeling at? Like, that's how that was feeling at one point. Like, it ain't nothing I can't do. So how come I'm not, flourishing like everybody else that ain't even doing 1% of, the effort that I'm putting in? I'm not just putting 100%. I'm not just putting 1,000%. I've been putting in an unfathomable number, and only the heavens have seen it. And I'm still doing it. And that's why I'm favored. Because even of the